Hi, I'm Tim. Welcome to our channel and thanks for logging on. If you enjoy these videos, do me a favor and subscribe to our YouTube channel right here at Watchbox Reviews. I would really appreciate it and I promise to update daily. If you love this watch, you can see it and you can purchase it on our website, thewatchbox.com. And today we're discussing one of my favorite Vacheron Constantin models. Released in 2007, this is the Vacheron Constantin Patrimony Retrograde Day Date. In fact, it is a bi-retrograde. This reference 86020 in rose gold, 42.5 millimeters in diameter on my 16 centimeter circumference wrist. It's definitely on the larger side for a dress watch, but it's beautifully flat and saucer-like. 10.4 millimeters thick, this automatic timepiece measures 49.3 millimeters across the wrist and a broad and contemporary 22 millimeters between the lugs, so it has a nice stance that's proportional to a near 43 millimeter case. The timepiece has a lovely rose tone that plays well with almost any skin intonation, so I find this to be a versatile watch in spite of its size. Almost anyone can wear it. Due to the sub 50 millimeter lug-to-lug measurement, I can actually recommend it for a wrist as small as 14 centimeters in circumference. Let's take a closer look. It is a beautifully made timepiece with a beautiful set of accessories. Jumping in real close, you can see that the strap itself is a lovely rust red, large rectangular scale alligator leather with a matte finish, a slight contrast in its stitch, some bolstering down the center, a sheer side showing the layers of construction. You can see on the underside it is a calfskin strap on the bottom, calfskin on the bottom for supple feel against the wrist, and alligator leather on the top. There is a full Vacheron Constantin Maltese cross style, double deployant clasp, and you can see that the internal clasp architecture is both blasted in its finish and polished with still more Maltese crosses. They're everywhere on this watch. Thematically complete, inside and out. You will find the Vacheron logo everywhere on the brand's products. I will mention there is one quirky feature of this clasp. For extra security, there is a screw fixing the buckle to the strap rather than a conventional pin, so it is a very secure assembly. The case band is vintage inspired, and you can see in the best traditions. The case construction is actually fairly complex. As you can see, there is a sharp break between the lugs and the case itself, and that sharp break is evidence of a double finishing with considerable hand finish required to create that crease line between the lug and the case band. This is a manually finished case, and that's the evidence of it right there. It's also a lovely curved case. As you can see, it arcs from end to end, but then it also curves from top to bottom. And you can see that the lugs themselves actually tilt slightly inward from their outer faces. They have a lovely quasi-teardrop shape to them, and everything is in bright polish. The watch does have a decidedly vintage look because of the shape of the case and the sharp break between lug and case band. The bezel is broad and flat. As you can see, it is slightly domed, and it gives way to a dial that is a lovely ivory opaline. That is to say, it's a sort of a matte finish with an ivory tone. It features lovely gold cabochon dimple style minutes outboard, applique dart style indices for the four corners, 12, 3, 6, and 9, and then you have stick indices that are diamond polished and hand laid on the dial. It is a bi-retrograde with a retrograde for the day as well as the date, and of course I'm going to show you how that works. The double retrograde is a wonderful party favor, making this one of the most animated Vacheron Constantin dress timepieces. As you can see, the hands for the retrograde displays are themselves blackened. Lovely baton-style hands in red gold at center, and underneath the case back, a Vacheron manufacture movement. Let's get a little bit closer. Bring everything into focus. The first feature you see is the rotor, which is cut on a rose lathe. True hand guilloche to create that lovely concentric pattern of billowing mini hobnails. You'll note at center a polished cap with black polished screws, and indeed you have a black polished screw profusion in this watch. All of the screws featuring black polished head with chamfered slots. You'll also appreciate the abrasive wheel laid Côte de Genève perfectly aligned across the bridges that is laid with an abrasive wheel rather than stamped on. There's an engine turned perlage on the base plate, immaculately executed. This is a Geneva hallmark movement. It beats away at 28,800 vibrations per hour with a 40-hour power reserve. You have ceramic rotor bearings at the center for high efficiency. The timepiece with 27 jewels and adjusted in that chronometer style 5 positions, immaculately laid out aesthetically as well as horologically. It's a sophisticated movement and a slender one that allows this substantial complication to nevertheless be quite thin. You'll also appreciate the fact that the watch still has 30-meter water resistance, so you are safe against splashes or an inadvertent rainstorm. A lovely timepiece, beautifully made, and absolutely engrossing in its complications. This is a Vacheron that's bigger than you'd expect, wackier than you'd expect, perhaps even a little bit more complicated than you would expect for a VC dress timepiece. But for that reason, Vacheron is the most intriguing of the Swiss Holy Trinity, with the most potential to grow as a brand in status and stature in the future. Get on with the ground floor level with this Vacheron Constantin caliber 2460 Bi-Retrograde date, the reference 86020 on the watch box.